All right, we're going to break down a really powerful way to build wealth, even when it feels like you're just, scraping by. And believe it or not, the whole thing starts with one super small number.
So, let's just tackle this head on. You know that feeling? The one that says saving a big chunk of money, like, say, $10,000, is just impossible when you're not making a ton? It's super frustrating, right? But what if that whole idea is just wrong? Okay, this right here, this is the key, $13.70. It seems random, I know, but this little number is the tool we're going to use to completely dismantle that impossible feeling. It's how we prove that a major savings goal is absolutely 100% within your reach. Yeah, you heard that right. If you can find a way to save just $13.70 every single day, that adds up to a whopping $10,000 in only 2 years. I mean, think about that. When you break down that big, scary number, it suddenly becomes something you can actually wrap your head around, something you can manage.
And let's put that in perspective. We're not talking about some huge life-altering sacrifice. For a lot of us, that's less than what we'd spend on lunch without even blinking an eye. See, when you frame it like that, impossible starts to feel, well, pretty darn possible.
All right, so let's get into the how. Let's talk about the simple but really powerful strategy behind this number. It's a method called reverse budgeting, and trust me, it completely flips the old way of saving upside down.
It really is this simple. Check it out. Step 1, your paycheck lands in your account. Step 2, immediately, like before you do anything else, before you pay a bill, before you buy groceries, you transfer that savings amount out. That's the key. You pay your future self first. And then, step 3, you just live on whatever's left over.
And look, this isn't just some nice idea on paper. This is a proven method that real people have used to get amazing results. I'm talking about people like Maria, who's a hotel housekeeper, and James, a fast food manager. Both of them used this exact strategy to build up 5-figure savings accounts, all on pretty modest incomes.
And what James said really gets to the heart of it all. It's about a mindset shift. He said, I stopped seeing it as a sacrifice and started seeing it as paying my future self first. See, it's not about what you're giving up today. It's about what you're investing in for your future.
Okay, so if the math is so simple and the strategy is so clear, why does it still feel so incredibly hard sometimes, right? What is it that makes saving feel like such an uphill battle even when you have a good plan?
Well, here's the thing. The answer probably isn't what you think. It's not about a lack of willpower, and it's not about being bad with money. The real roadblock, it's actually hardwired into our own brains. We're literally fighting our own programming.
Yeah, there's actually a scientific name for this. It's called temporal discounting. It's basically a fancy way of saying our brains are wired to want a small reward right now way more than a bigger reward later. It's that built-in bias that makes the instant joy of a small purchase today feel so much better than the vague idea of having financial security way off in the future.
And this really lays out that internal tug-of-war perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got your brain's default settings screaming, get that coffee now. That's the small, immediate reward. And on the other side, you have the big future reward, $10,000 in 2 years. It's no wonder our brains instinctively go for the thing that's right in front of our faces.
So the big question is, how do we hack our own brains? How do we get around that default setting? Well, it takes more than just a fancy budgeting app. It actually requires a huge shift in the way we see ourselves.
And this, right here, might be the most important part of this whole thing. The most powerful tool you have isn't a spreadsheet, it's not an app, it's your own identity.
So the very first step is to just throw this idea out. You have to stop telling yourself this story. That little voice that says, I'm broke, or I'm just bad with money, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You've got to stop telling that story, starting today.
And you replace it with this. This is the new empowering identity that you start to build brick by brick. You're not a person who is trying to save. You are a person who saves money. And every single time you move that 1370, you're basically casting a vote for this new identity. Because once you start to really believe that, once you see yourself as a saver, your actions start to line up with that identity almost on autopilot. It's not a hard choice anymore, it's just what you do, it's who you are. And that is what makes the habit actually last. Okay, so you've automated your savings, you've started to reshape your identity, so what's the big payoff? What's the real prize at the end of all this?
Because let's be real, the goal was never just about hitting a number in a bank account. A $10,000 safety net is so much more than just an account balance. The money is just the tool. The real reward is what that tool gets you. And get this, it's a real physical thing. Scientists call it the neuroscientific exhale. It's what happens when you have that financial safety net. Your body's cortisol levels, that's your main stress hormone, they actually go down. It's like your entire body can finally just breathe out.
Now that is the ultimate payoff. It's freedom from that constant nagging financial stress. It's knowing that if your car breaks down, it's an inconvenience, not a catastrophe. It's security. It's having real, genuine peace of mind.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. The real question isn't, what can $13.70 buy you today? It's, what kind of peace of mind can it build for you tomorrow? Think about it. What would that feeling be worth to you?